here I are. I've been out here a while. What have I been doing? I'm just kind of on autopilot these days, in a good way, I think. So I know I've shared this with you before, but Palo Santo, you can burn it. There are some fake Palo Santos out there that burn much easier, much faster. If that happens, that you don't have real Palo Santo, you just have some wood infused with Palo Santo oil or something. But this is the actual wood, the trees. And when it burns, it's this incredible scent that just makes me happy. Sort of, it's a sweet vanilla, more herbal and earthy. Herbal and earthy. It's more herbal and earthy. Anyway, I just love it, and I got some recently at an event I did for my friend Aseneth, who has a great little place in Austin called Ceremony. They do massage, healing, rejuvenation of all kinds there. She just opened this sauna, steam bath thing. It's really great. She's got a great thing going. So proud of her. Anyway, but I went and blessed it with some oop poop a doo, woo baba loom bob, bam bam boom, baba loo ba doom boom. I did some of that. Got the good vibes going in the place. And I got this Palo Santo from a woman there who's selling it. And gosh God almighty, this is great stuff. Gosh God almighty. It's so weird. I need to talk to y'all about this, because this will help me work through it a little bit. Y'all know about the election night reuniting of me and Jimmy Smith that Ramsey Midwood made happen. He talked us both into getting on stage with him on election night with Marty Muse's band, Marty Party, Marty's Party Hour, or whatever they're called. Great band. Marty plays every other Tuesday with a great band. Alice sings, and they do a lot of jazz standards, great stuff. But then they have a guest every week who chooses some 5 or 6 songs, and they learn those songs. And sometimes it's brilliant, and sometimes it's a train wreck. It's kind of fun. It's great. It's great suspense, actually. And Marty, with his dry wit, is a great host. It's really fun. Fun night of music. If you're in Austin, Texas on Tuesday night, see if Party Marty is playing over at Sam's Town Point. And if he is, go see the show and enjoy. Thank me later. What came of that? I got off on a tangent there. So Ramsey had us sing, and me and Jimmy met, and then from that, Ramsey had talked to all of us, or me and Jimmy mainly, about a date in April. And we talked about it, but so maybe me and Jimmy both said yes to him. I don't know. It wasn't very clear, and it wasn't very direct. But, it was for the best. We had a date. It was left kind of open-ended by all of us, because I was not committal. I didn't really want to do it, to be honest. I don't know if anybody really wanted to do it, but we kind of wanted to do it, but we weren't. We were waiting. Basically, me and Jimmy maybe waiting on the other one to make it happen. Passive-aggressive dancing. And we talked about, it wasn't set in stone. There's no contracts. There's no agents. It's just conversations between me and Ramsey, or Jimmy and Ramsey. And the rest of the band had not talked about it. Well, Ramsey, for whatever reason, he leaked it on a Gourds Facebook group. And my phone started blowing up that night. I was like, what the hell, man? Shit. So suddenly, A lot of Gourds fans were excited about it. We're talking about it. A lot of old friends were calling me, wanting me if it was going to happen. And I was like, oh gosh. So I had to deal with it. Ramsey basically forced me to deal with it. So I waited a couple of days to talk to Ramsey because I kind of was mad at him. I didn't want to get mad about it. I was like, well, eventually I just decided, okay, well, the Gourds as a group need to talk about this. Are we going to do this? You know, the ball was in our court, so to speak. So I just texted all the Gourds, and you know, a lot the history, if you know it, yes, Jimmy and I have not. Essentially, we've been estranged for 10 years. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but I just said, look, I told them, I said, honestly, y'all, I don't really want to do this, but if y'all want to do it, I'm in. I know a lot of people we care about would like us to do it, and that means a lot to me. So they answered. Jimmy was the first one to answer. He said, I'm in. Let's do it. It's like, well, okay. So this is a big step. This is a big deal. And like I couldn't make a big deal out of it. He's ready to play ball with the Gourds again. And so once we decided to do this, we said, okay, well, we'll do it on this date, April 12th. Saturday, April 12th, at Sam's Town Point, because Ramsey did make this happen. I mean, we could have done it in a much bigger venue. But there would have been greater costs and a lot more hassle, and you have to go through agents, and you know, there's just a lot more fingers in the pie then. But with Ramsey, it's a pretty direct deal. Low cost. We control ticket sales, and just a more DIY situation, which we love, you know, because that's who we are. We're fiercely independent band. We always were. And Ramsey is a fiercely independent man, friend, venue owner. So it just was natural to do it there. So we set the date, and we decided to put the link, maybe put it out before Christmas, because we were thinking it would take a couple of months to sell all these tickets. Shows you what we know. When it ain't much. So we put the link up, and we didn't really, it was just like that day. And we just put it up, started selling with an announcement. There was no build up to it. There was no, in hindsight, we should have maybe got the word out that we are going to have an announcement, and for people to be ready. We should have, but that's not the Gourds way. And there's no one in charge. It's just sort of a group of people, a group of guys, making shit up as we go. So we just put it out there. And if you didn't happen to be on Facebook that day or whatever social media where we publicized it, well, then you're out of luck, because they sold within hours. They were gone. So we added a second show on the Sunday. And on the same day, the next day, we added another, and they sold out within hours. So then we were like, well, should we do a third show? And we're still sort of sleeping on that. And I'm not into the third show thing. I like Saturday and Sunday. That's nice and neat. We'd have to add Friday, which would be weird because we already sold Saturday. And people bought Saturday thinking that was the first show back. So, but that's still to be decided among the Gourds. We're still in our group text, and everybody's cool, and we're just discussing stuff. What I'm going to suggest to them is that we could just do these two shows, see how they go. Play the shows, have fun. Make a little bread. And then, then we can think about it. Maybe do some shows in the fall. And just ease into it, and if we're going to slowly get back, we're never going to go back full time to it, of course. It's not in the cards at all. Why would we want to? We've already done that. Been there, done that. But it is great to revisit those songs occasionally and revisit each other and our fans, that community that really has been so faithfully waiting for this. I mean, really, some of the best fans, I must say. Because at the end of the Gourds, I was really dejected, and it was really hard. We weren't selling a lot of tickets, and it seemed like we were losing ground and spinning our wheels. That's how I felt. Now, everybody didn't feel that way. And the numbers, weren't as dire as I felt. But it was just getting hard to do it. And it just seemed for me and my family and my life, financially, it wasn't really working great either. And it wasn't working great for anybody else. And then I had started the Shinyribs thing, so I was doing both. And I was burning the candle at both ends, and that was getting to be a bit much for me and my family. It was getting really difficult to ever be home enough. And just forget about any weekends. All my weekends were gone because I was trying to support two bands, trying to keep two bands working so everybody can get paid, Whew. So, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just sort of sharing with you how I'm back in this Gourds world. All these thoughts come back, all these memories, the different roles that everybody plays within the band. They're still the same people, and we still have the same roles that we take on. So there's frustration in that for me. So now I'm signed up to do these Gourds reunion shows. And it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. Jimmy seems like he's in a good place about it. And everybody seems happy about it. And our fans are happy. There's some people not happy because they didn't get tickets. And some of you who are my paid subscribers, my longtime fans, you know who you are. People that are the board of mofos, as I call you. We'll take care of all y'all people. If y'all are going to come down and go to that expense and take your time, we'll take care of you. We'll get you into the show, one of the shows. I maybe can't get you into both of the shows, but I can get you into one of the shows, and it might. But we'll figure that out as we go along. I'm already amassing a list of close friends who didn't get tickets, who have to be there. Which reminds me, I'll write one down now. I forgot about. Oh Lord. And there's still people texting me. I mean, my phone's just every day now. It's like, it's about the Gourds, and it's cool. It's cool. I'm happy about it. But, I just wish I could more compartmentalize it and turn it on and off. I'm tired of talking about it. It's Christmas now. This show's not happening until spring, so it's set. We've sold all the tickets. We're going to have a few more discussions about the logistics and some of the details. But that's fine. No need to have those conversations right now. But I wanted to finish telling you where I was at with that. And some people have predicted this is the end of Shinyribs. I was like, hell no, it's not the end of Shinyribs. I mean, we're not getting back together for good. We're doing 2 shows. 2 shows on a weekend in April at Samstown Point. Pretty under the radar shows still. I mean, I know they're sold out. There'll be a lot of people there, but they're pretty under the radar shows, generally. So, in Shinyribs, I have a new record coming out next year, in April next year. It's called Leaving Time. And it may be the best record I've ever done. And and there are things about it that are very Gourds-like, I must say. David Back, who produced it, and he sings some harmonies on there. And those harmonies are like, at times, sounds like Jimmy singing harmonies, man. It's pretty cool. And this is a kid who grew up listening to the Gourds, you know, so he knows what he's doing. So no, this is there's a new beginning for Shinyribs. It's sort of I'm going in and I'm changing things a little bit next year. I've already talked to y'all about that, but I'm going to be doing two kinds of shows. I'm going to be doing the big band shows sometimes, but then most of the time, really, I'm going to be doing these small story and song shows, just conversational, slower paced, but still fun and still great musically. They're going to be great. They're already great. We've done some of them already. So that's nothing to worry about there. Nothing to worry about. Shinyribs ain't going nowhere. Okay.